people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one wey sweet pass na the 10 million naira grand prize. If you no be Nine Mobile customer, move come our side or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go sama you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above, make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
Nine Mobile. My people, for this period where we know say e no easy, but you gat hustle. We just want make you know say if morning fit show after night, e sure say one day our hustle go pure. This life na general market for whatever, my people. Na the Naija way. Sun no dey stop breeze, rain no dey disturb water, nothing fit owe you. If things hook, you say hook follow hand till you unhook am. Na things go tire last, no be you. For this hustle matter, we dey together, make we remain calm. Stand gidigba, but no forget to stay safe. This message na Fan Milk, owners of Fan Vanille and Super Yugo bring am to you. Happy Independence Day, my people.
Oil we good oh, Devon King's oil. This oil we find it. Devon King's oil, anytime.
Devon King's cooking oil. Now ogbonge oil we fresh well, and the price now carry go. It gets tamper proof and it dey for different sizes. So as it is sweet your belly, it is sweet your pocket. Oh yeah, jolly inside better. Go buy Devon King's oil for shop when near you.
Devon King's oil.
92.7 KUFM.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world. This is 92.7 KUFM News Talk.
The time is 6:30 a.m. Good morning and welcome to the KUFM News Dawn at 6:30. First, the headlines. President Buhari presents 13.08 trillion naira 2021 budget proposal. Angry youths barricade Upper Mission extension for hours over alleged invasion of community. And court freezes Lagos Speaker's accounts. On business, CBN warns against fraudulent loan offers.
And in sports, Ahmed Musa Paul Onwachukwu in contention as Nigeria's Super Eagles face Algeria in international friendly match.
Details of these and more after this break. I am Charles Oporum. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has presented the 2021 budget proposal of 13.08 trillion naira to the National Assembly for consideration and passage into law. The president, who was accompanied by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, some cabinet members and presidential aides, arrived at the premises of NAS at about 3 minutes past 11 a.m. He explained that the total aggregate revenue projected for the 2021 budget was 7.86 trillion naira with a deficit of 5.2 trillion. Representing 3.4% of the GDP.
The 2021 appropriation has therefore been themed the budget of economic recovery and resilience. Furthermore, the Central Bank of Nigeria is reducing the interest rate on its intervention facilities from 9% to 5% with 1 year moratorium to 31st March 2021 to provide concessional lending of $100 billion to households and small businesses. The government is already implementing several measures to overcome our fiscal constraints in addition to the strategic revenue growth initiatives.
Presiding officers of the National Assembly, Ahmed Lawan and Femi Gbajabiamila, have pledged to pass the 2021 budget before the end of the year. The two lawmakers made this known on Thursday in separate remarks after President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2021 budget estimates. In his brief welcome address, Lawan expressed the readiness of the parliament to pass the 2021 budget before the end of the year. He said the passage of the 2020 budget and assent in good time was a clear indication of the smooth working relationship between the executive and the legislature.
The eventual passage of the Appropriation Bill 2020 and signing into law in record time was a clear testimony of the benefits of the legislature and the executive working together for the good of the people of this country.
In his closing remarks, Gbajabiamila also thanked his colleagues for making the budget cycle of January to December a reality.
Senators and members of the House of Representatives toiled night and day, sometimes through the night and into the wee hours of the morning, to ensure that we achieved our commitment to return to the January to December budget cycle as envisaged by the Constitution. I do not doubt that we will exhibit the same commitment to nation building and deliver a good budget on time. We cannot afford a return to the old practices, and we must do everything in our power to avoid such an outcome.
Nigeria has in the past 7 years operated an irregular budget cycle. Elsewhere, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, has revealed that 22 persons have so far tested positive for coronavirus among the 1,473 persons of interest tested since the reopening of the nation's international airspace. Ehanire stated this at the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 briefing on Thursday in Abuja. He said the persons were among the passengers who recently returned from overseas. The minister maintained that the testing and tracing capabilities have improved a lot, such that virtually every state has at least one laboratory and has increased the country's daily testing capacity to about 3,500. Beneficiaries of the Governor Godwin Obaseki-led administration's job creation and skills acquisition programs under the Edo State Skills Development Agency, Edo Jobs, will begin to offer free products and other services to some residents today. Executive Director, Edo Jobs, Ukine Bodari, who spoke to journalists in Benin City, said the charity event was put together by the different beneficiaries of the agency's intervention programs in the last 3 years in celebration of the governor's re-election. According to her, the program is tagged Edo Jobbers Thanksgiving and Charity Event. She said some of the products and services to be offered include free food, haircuts, medical services, and clothing for the less privileged, among others. The End SARS protest continued on Thursday in Benin City as youths led by the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, and civil society activists took to the streets calling for the restructuring of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The demonstration, which entered the third day, is held in many other states of the Federation, including Lagos State and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Here in Benin City, the protest took off at the popular Oba Ovonramwen Square, and they marched through Sapele Road down to Reservation Road. The protesters had a brief stop at NUJ Press Center, where they registered their protests.
Police has been abusing our rights, not once, not twice, but every time they see us on the way, not just only in SARS, but the full police force, they have taken advantage of the rights they have given to them. They are taking advantage of it. You see a policeman stop you on the way, without no offense, nothing, they bring you down and say you should go and enter their car.
So we are here this morning to vent our spleen against the monstrosity, the brutality of personnel of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The constitutional duties of the police are one, to maintain law and order, to detect crime, to protect lives and property. But today, police are now thorns in the flesh of our people. Edo youths can no longer dress properly for fear of being embarrassed.
The secretary of the NUJ Edo State Council, Titus Akigbe, said the federal government was already aware of their protest and asked them to go about it peacefully.
The federal government has really made a pronouncement on this. Something is being done. It's a security matter. It will be handled. On our part here, I want to assure you that my people will do the needful. We will do justice to your complaints.
From the NUJ, they marched to the Edo State Police Headquarters, Benin City, lamenting the activities of SARS. They were advised to end the protest in order not to be infiltrated by hoodlums.
we have heard what you have said. I can assure you, we are going to give you a good feedback. Let me tell you one thing. Nigerian police is not a foreign importation. It is you and I that make all the police. If you know you are doing a very good job here, the bad ones will add to you and cause more havoc. Let there be sense of belonging and unity in diversity. What is enough for a wise man? Please, I can assure you, all what you have given to us right now, that the police are not supposed to be on mufti and uniform. I can assure you, this has been taken care of. We are going to give all of you a good feedback. Don't take all in your hand, because you cannot build a moon out of a mountain.
Elsewhere, for several hours, Upper Mission Road by Lucky Way Junction was barricaded by Ute Ekoko community youths in protest against invasion of the community by unknown gunmen, allegedly sponsored by one Mr. Saturday Omori. The protesters who condemned the alleged harassment meted on them by Omori, who has imposed himself as the Inogi, called on Governor Godwin Obaseki, the Oba of Benin, and other relevant authorities to urgently come to their aid.
At split second.
The protest caused motorists to take alternative routes. The protesters, mainly dominated by youth, said there has been sporadic shooting in the community and has led many of the people to flee to a safe haven.
Go past us from Ring Road, take us serious. Our wife and our children are on the slippers again. Even me on the slippers for about 2 weeks.
They said they can no longer cope with the excesses of Saturday Omoruyi, who has imposed himself as the Enogi of the community and was reconstituting some faceless persons as officials of the disbanded Community Development Association, CDA. Secretary of the community, Lucky Asemuta, and Dele Osage said they have fled the community following the continuous shooting.
As we are speaking now, nobody is in the village. All his talks, OPC, they are there, humiliating people here about. Even when you are going to somewhere, just stop them, start fighting them, beating them brutally. Most of our wives we left at home. These people, they are molesting them. Please, because we don't need CDA, he's trying to implement CDA into that community. Please, Governor Oba Benin, Oba Atokwe should come to our aid.
6 months ago, Saturday Omoyi came to Ute, said he's now the president Elogi of Ute. With the committee, we are not aware of it. He went into Elogi's house, he broke the doors, searched everything, he started operating there. From there, Elogi went to State CID and he arrested him. Saturday jumped bail. Up to now, didn't go to station. All of a sudden, 3 days ago, we saw him with 3 different humors. They started shooting gun. They will run for our dear lives.
Asemuta said the case of Enogi title is already before an Edo High Court in Benin City.
There is a court case pending High Court 6 in respect of this chieftaincy title, of which he refused to attend court. So they are waiting for him to go and answer in the court.
Some of their wives and female relatives, including Mrs. Favor Oduware, are also lamenting the situation in the community.
The gang of Saturday, they come. As they come, they begin to push one of our mother for the community there. Back it, go back it us. The gang come, they begin to use gun. They pursue us round house. Then we run come out since we run go governor house. Make governor come to our rescue. We beg governor. We beg the commissioner of police. People when they don't say they will help us. When they come to our rescue. So they don't let us stay us again. Outside then we day. I beg. We don't need sit there for our community.
They said it was being aided by a prominent chief in Benin City. Worried by the development, the people wrote a petition dated 5th of October through their lawyer Olaiwola Afolabi to the Commissioner of Police Johnson Kukumo, calling on him to act urgently and ensure that the culprits are brought to book. Meanwhile, when contacted on phone, Saturday Omori denied all the allegations leveled against him, saying he was harmless.
So I don't have any thoughts or any doing with people or whatever. I think what is really going on, it is about my father's house. My father's house now, if you can see, is like a forest. They said no man or woman should enter the compound. And for 1 year now, nobody inside the no-gay compound. I can only just say and see my father's house broken, pushing like a forest. For long, they drove me away from the house. And I don't want to be looking at people like that again. That is why I come back home. And when we were here yesterday, we didn't see any of them. I only just come with the First Water Police Command. I didn't come with any thoughts.
Upper Mission Road was later cleared for free flow of traffic. Nusa High Uwadia, KUFM News.
Coming up in a moment after this break, 4 kidnapped commuters rescued in Delta. Do stay with us, please.
At Split Seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back. 4 kidnapped victims along the Ikra River section of the East-West Road in Ughelli North Council area of Delta have been rescued. A driver of interstate transit bus was among the rescued 4 on Thursday evening. Unspecified number of travelers were reportedly kidnapped by unknown gunmen around 6 p.m. while returning to Warri on Wednesday evening. At least 5 persons were feared shot in the attack and are receiving treatment at various undisclosed hospitals. The Delta State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Onome Onovakboyeva, confirmed the rescue to reporters yesterday night. She assured that the police have intensified efforts in ensuring all those abducted regain their freedom and are reunited with their families. The Police Service Commission says it has dispatched a high-powered monitoring team to the 3 senatorial zones of Ondo State to monitor the conduct of policemen on electoral duties during Saturday's governorship election in the state. The team left Abuja with the Commission's guidelines for policemen on election duties and a checklist to measure the level of compliance or not by the operatives. The Commission's spokesman Ike Chukwuani, in a statement in Abuja on Thursday, disclosed that the agency was also setting up a situation room in Abuja to coordinate the activities of its monitors in Ondo State. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has rejected the chief returning officer for the Ondo election, who is the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ife, Professor Eitope Ogunbodede. A statement by the chairman of the PDP Ondo State Governorship National Campaign Council, Seyi Makinde, said the party alleged that Professor Ogunbodede is a known crony of the All Progressives Congress governorship candidate Rotimi Akeredolu and hails from the same hometown, Owo. The PDP claims that Professor Ogunbodede will not be fair in the discharge of his duty as the Ondo governorship election chief returning officer. Elsewhere, a federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered the temporary freezing of 3 accounts belonging to the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa. The order was pursuant to a motion ex parte filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, which is investigating the Speaker for alleged fraud. Obasa's 3 accounts with Standard Chartered Bank are under restriction pending the conclusion of the substantive probe. The order, which was signed by the court's registrar Adebimpe Oni, was made on 15th of September 2020. According to reports, Obasa has been in the custody of the EFCC responding to allegations of fraud. The spokesman for the EFCC, Wilson Wujare, said Obasa was invited and he honored the invitation on Thursday. Obasa, who is a 2-time Speaker of the House, has been facing several allegations of corruption. Coming up in a moment in our business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria has warned members of the public to beware of suspected fraudsters on social media claiming to be appointed or accredited to serve as agents on its behalf for the purpose of investments or applying for intervention loans. Details of these and more in our business news shortly.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business. The gains and the losses. The bulls and bears. The rise and falls. The risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the money market, forecasts, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information.
on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
Welcome back. It's still on the news done on 92.7 KUFM Benin City, and over now to business, where the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has warned against fraudulent messages and videos on social media circles requesting unsuspecting loan seekers and owners of small-scale businesses to apply for loans or investment schemes purportedly facilitated by the bank. In a statement, the Apex Bank asked members of the public, particularly youth and owners of small-scale businesses, to disregard any video or text message proposing investment schemes or charging them fees on the pretext that their organizations are endorsed by the CBN. Prospective applicants are therefore advised to approach their respective banks, Microfinance Bank or the Central Bank of Nigeria branch nearest to them for clarification on the procedure for accessing any of the CBN-related facility. And finally, on business, the Nigerian stock markets closed in the red zone on Thursday, making it the second time this week after 12 consecutive sessions of capital appreciation. Equity investors on Custom Street, Lagos, booked about 46 billion naira loss as activities on the supply side of the Nigerian Stock Exchange outweighed the demand. Dangote Cement PLC recorded the highest decline after its share price moved from Wednesday high of 158 to 150 naira 5 kobo, losing 7 naira 5 kobo or 4.75%. Another stock that recorded remarkable decrease is Nigerian Breweries PLC, which dropped from 52 naira 30 kobo to 48 naira 60 kobo, down 3 naira 70 kobo or 7.07%. Also on the list of top losers are stocks like Corn Oil PLC, which dropped from 15 naira 25 kobo to 14 naira 40 kobo, shedding 85 kobo or 5.57%. Adova PLC dipped from 12 naira 8 kobo to 12 naira 45 kobo, down by 35 kobo or 2.73%. And Bua Cement PLC, which dropped from 41 naira 75 kobo to 41 naira 40 kobo, shedding 35 kobo or 0.84%. And that's it on business. In sports, Ahmed Musa, Paul Onuachu in contention to lead Super Eagles attack versus Algeria. Eagles Agbeka has more in our sports bulletin this morning.
Good morning. Al Nasri of Saudi Arabian forward Ahmed Musa and KRC gang striker Paul Onuachu are in contention to lead Nigeria Super Eagles attack in today's international friendly match against African champions Algeria. The team's leading striker Victor Osimhen is unavailable for the game, and technical advisor Ginotro will have to pick a replacement for the Napoli forward. Captain of the side Ahmed Musa scored a brace while Onuachu netted once in Tuesday's training game and have been impressive in subsequent sessions since they linked up with their teammates. The 28-year-old Onuachu is also the leading scorer in the Belgian Pro League this season. Friday's game will take place at the Watersea Stadium in Klagenfurt, Austria. Finally, Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin marks his England debut with a goal as Gareth Southgate's Gate side cruised to a 3-0 victory over Wales in an international friendly at Wembley Stadium last night. The 23-year-old rose to head his 10th goal of the season after 26 minutes from Jack Grealish delivering an impressive all-round display until he was substituted just before the hour. The outstanding Grealish was at the heart of England's best work, drawing the foul that led to England's second goal 8 minutes after the break. Kieran Trippier delivered a perfect free kick that was turned in by an ecstatic Conor Gouardi for his first international goal in the 53rd minute before Danny Ings, making his first start, showed superb athleticism to add the third goal in the 63rd minute with a perfectly executed overhead kick after Tyrone Mings had headed down a Calvin Phillips corner. In other friendly matches, Uzbekistan lost 2-1 to visiting Iran, while South Africa and Namibia played out a 1-1 draw. Russia lost 2-1 to Sweden, while Belgium and Cote d'Ivoire settled for a 1-1 draw. And that's sports news on KUFM's News Dawn. My name is Ewusa Agbeka, and back to you, Charles.
Thank you very much, Agosa, for those sports stories. And of course, with those stories, we come to the end of our package this morning. But before we leave, a quick recap of the headlines. In this bulletin, we brought you the following stories. President Buhari has presented a 13.08 trillion naira 2021 budget proposal to the National Assembly. Angry youths barricaded Upper Mission Extension for hours over alleged invasion of their community, and the court has frozen the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly's accounts. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Nosahai Uadiai. I am Charles Opperum saying thanks for listening and good morning.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world. This is 92.7 KUFM News Dawn.
CJ Micah Lority
Mama Ekene Mama Ekene Mama Ekene Mama Ekene.
I want to thank God for me, blessings Yagba for me. My God is good all the time, and all the time my God is good. He is here when I'm praying,
Jesus.
Here when I'm eating,
Jesus.
My big God is always here by my side. Anointing day plenty for me, you are wonderful, you are beautiful, I can depend on you. Oh, what a wonderful God, wonderful, a glorious God. You are worthy to be praised, oh, you are wonderful, Jesus. Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, good health for my body, so I shake this my body. Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene. Eti nife mi go, mi o le paro masumo igo. I'm counting my blessings ife you pupo. Joy overflow, anointing too much. Oh yeah, shakiti shakiti. For your sake I go jagidi jagidi. My life is a miracle. Oh, masu milenge milenge. I'm moving on your pace in the race. I'm walking by your grace. It's by faith. I'm taking over places and faces. I gladly overtake. Plenty for me. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. I can depend on you. Oh, what a wonderful God, wonderful, a glorious God. You are worthy to be praised, oh, you are wonderful, Jesus. Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, good health for my body, so I shake this my body. Mama Ekene, 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 Mama Ekene. Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene. Oh, see the blessing be piling up. No be by power, not grace, yo. You made me the apple of your eyes. On a steady and balling, no wings, butterfly with you trying to meet. On a daily, I see you better me. You've been faithful to the core. In everything that you be the boss. You're deserving of glory, yo. For my life, you shower your blessings, so come carve the enemies. And for all my worries, you gave me a remedy, yeah. Oluwa Ishegon, you knew I am yet to Shishagon. Oh, I will give you all the praise. In the midst of fun, you will go here. Mama Ekene, Mama Ekene, good health for my body, so I shake this my body. Mama Ekene, 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 Mama CJ. Micah, the repeat.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know, cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax, baby. Just sit back and relax. Cause all you have to do is tune into 92.7 KUFM. 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 Tune into 92.7 information. Tune into 92.7 KUFM. Tune into 92.7
92.7 KUFM. Turn on excitement.
I and they that God has given me, we are made for signs and wonders.
Good morning and welcome to the Bob Only Devotional. Be blessed as you listen.